Good morning. A bit windy today. I've just been listening to bird song. You might not pick it up, but yeah, they're definitely still calling each other. And really and truly, I think that's what I was going to talk about today. Being called. I wonder how many of you have felt you're being called by God. I'm sure a lot of you have been asked the question, "Are you saved, brother?" That's something which really puts my back up and would turn me off, I think, if I wasn't already a Christian. But I think God calls everybody, and He's probably calling you now, but you just need to be able to hear that call and understand what that call is. When I was called, I don't call it calling. I call it a nudge. You know, God nudges me, or he pulls me. He pulls me, and He did that several years ago now, and wanted me to become a local preacher. And I said, yes, okay, I'll do it. And the minute I said that, all things went to pot, and I really let the side down, I'm afraid, much to my sorrow and shame. But with a lot of prayer, a lot of nudging, and a lot of pulling, He brought me back to the point where I decided, yes, I would become a local preacher in the Methodist Church. And so I decided, yes, I would offer myself, and I did all the studies, 3 years of studies and exams, and yeah, so eventually I became a fully fledged local preacher. And that was a real calling, what I felt God was calling me for. Now, He's not going to call everybody to be local preachers or ministers or whatever. That would be wonderful if He did, but no, His call is for all sorts of things. He may be calling you just to pray for people. He may be calling you to just befriend people. He may be calling you to just be hospitable, help in hospitality. I'll spit it out in a minute. But in hospitality, He may be calling you for all sorts of things, and you may, and you need to ask Him, "Are you calling me?" I'm sure you will feel that nudge or that pull. God does pull, God does nudge, because we're all His children. Whether we like it or not, we're all His children. He loves us, whether we like it or not. He loves us for whatever we are. We may be the most evil person in the world, but He still loves us. He doesn't like us, He might not like us, He might not like what we're doing, but He does love us. And that's what He calls us to do as well, to love one another. So, yeah, just take a time to pause and listen and say, "Here, God, here I am. If you want me to do something, then show me. Give us a nudge, give us a pull. Let me know what it is that you want me to do." You may be very surprised. It may be something which you hadn't even thought of. This is something which I hadn't thought of, what I'm doing now. I think this is probably I don't know how many I've done, about 20 Paws for Thoughts. And I would never have dreamt in a million years that this would be something that I was be doing. But I think it's another way that God has called me to speak to people. Yeah, I know I'm speaking to a lot of fellow Christians. I know and I'm probably preaching to the converted, as they say. But prayerfully, I also know that there are a lot of people, and you may be one of them, that are looking at this for the first time and thinking, what on earth is he on about? You may be someone who looks on church as being, ugh, no. But God is calling you. Just take a time to pause for thought. That's all I'm going to say today. God bless.